Hello, morning gardener here. A little disappointed. Uh, got faced with a challenge today. I don't really have the answer for. Last night, I went out and I shot a video. And like most of us do, shoot a video and get it ready. At any rate, it took all day to get this video ready, and I don't know what happened. I went on my normal programs I use, and they have that generic music that you put with your video. So I selected from the generic video. It says recommended. Hello. A little disappointed today because I was just saying that I did a video, very good video. I think it was a good video, and some of you saw it. It was same title as this one here, and I put it up. Might have been 15 minutes long, and it got a copyright infringement. And I'm trying to think. I shot the video myself. I shot it myself. What I normally do: walk through the garden and um, put it up. And I titled it. Um, and I well, first of all, I put the music with. I think that might be the culprit, but I'm not sure. The music is that music in a can. It's sort of music that you get on your program that you use to create your video. And it's got like 15 or 16 different versions of music. And I used it, and it came back. When I looked at Monterey, I looked and saw that it said it was rejected due to copyright infringement. And so I looked through the review to see what was there. Why was this video, rejected? And it gave me a generic answer. It just wasn't an answer like say, hey, you use material from blank movie or blank. You use, which I didn't. I used just fresh shots that I had. I used one clip of one of my older videos, and I know that that couldn't be it because it's my own work. It's still my own work. Um, so I just don't understand what went wrong. What happened? It was a beautiful video. It showed. I was really excited yesterday because I was going through the property, and I'm using this chop and drop method, which I've been talking about for forever, and it is a incredible way of growing food using your own weeds and grass. It's incredible. It just keeps delivering, and it keeps fertilizing your soil every time you go through there with the weed whacker or the lawnmower, and it chops this stuff down. And I learned it because in the beginning because I used to mulch my grass, and my grass kept coming back deeper blue green, and I thought it was something to this. I said, "There's got to be something to this." Well, you're feeding it grass. You're feeding grass fast, so it was doing extremely well. So what I did is I just flipped it and started using this method for my back part of the property where all the food was growing, and found out that vegetables love eating grass and weeds. They love it. And now I put up a video that I consider to be one of the best ones I've done. One of them, great music behind it, good editing, and it said no, you're not going to monetize this. This is a copyright infringement. So it's got to be the music, but I don't understand. See, you on the same path I'm on. I'm going to upload it again, and I shorten the video some for some reason because it'll see that video being uploaded. It'll look at it at the same exact length as the one that was put up earlier, and it's going to say it's going to catch it. And so I shortened it just a tiny bit, just a fraction. That makes it different. And then I'm going to put new music with it and see can I get it up there because it's an incredible piece of my work. Um, and they're saying no. You're not going to receive. We're going to run video. We're going to run ads on it, and you're still not going to receive anything for it because they'll stick the ads on it anyway. Um, but I started seeing a lot of that lately with videos I'll be looking at. It's a gentleman. I don't know his name. Uh, uh, he grows marijuana, and all he does is he teaches you how to mulch it, how to feed it. But when you go to his page now, it has a note there before you can watch the video. It says something like the content of this material may be found may have been may not be suitable for all viewers, something to that effect. And so you got to click past that message. Once you click past it, then it lets you in and see it. But it never did that before. It never did that before. Marijuana videos were looked upon at one point as just like gardening videos. You can watch them. But now they're not considered the same for some reason. But my videos, hopefully they work. I just want to get this video up because it's in my opinion, it's just not it's just not right. I'm looking at it and I'm going, wow, this is not good. But I'll get it up. I have the video set up. I could actually run it with no music behind it. I thought about that too. But that song I put behind it, the reason why I like that song, it was just so right. And that's why I kept that song. It was so right. It made the video pop, so to speak. Um, this is what copyright infringement. I don't believe that. The same canned music that's designed to put behind your video, they said no to. And all along, I had no issues with it at all. And then this one time, uh, it could have something to do with these. I don't know. YouTube has been doing that a lot lately. Yes, they have. Ever since we've been hearing in the news that people are being kicked off of these type of mediums, it is now a situation where they are scrutinizing more than ever videos. They used to say like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, that YouTube would not let you put videos up that showed violence and that sort of thing. And I remember that. And then one night I was up watching videos, and this woman put up a video of her completely naked on YouTube. And I'm looking at this. I said, wait a minute, am I seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing? Is this, am I on YouTube? And I looked and I saw YouTube there, and I saw the lady, she was completely naked. But within, I would say, a few minutes, I came back and to see was it still up there, and it was gone. And it read a note was the user of this YouTube channel has been removed permanently, something to that effect. And, so they removed it, and that person, supposedly permanent. Um, there are many videos nowadays that you just can't put up online. But back in the day, you used to see videos up online, people teaching you how to build explosives and stuff like that. And that was up online. And then they would argue the fact, yes, they have a right to put their material up, blah, 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 blah. Then they pull it down. So you can't put that up there anymore, to my understanding. Um, uh, so, these little notes are being put on videos that they consider to be somewhat hazardous. Now, gardening could be hazardous because, in a sense, that you are affecting people's income. You are definitely pulling away from their money. So that could be a problem as well. And I am definitely going to continue to put up gardening videos. It's going to happen. It may not be here, but it will be somewhere on the internet, the vast internet. It will be here. I will continue to put. It's exactly what's going to take place because the video is all keyed up and ready to go. Oh God, it's going to take it hours to upload because for some reason my uploads are really slow. Um, but it'll go back up and see what happens. They don't. You're absolutely right about that. That because I was one of the originators, one of them, just one on this kick about people learning something about growing their own food at home and growing it at cost. Um, Now there are many others that are taking on that lead. So I love that they're doing that they're looking at things and saying, yeah, he's right. We need to work together as a community. We need to have this set up so that we can help each other because obviously some of us lack knowledge, some of us lack financial of how to get this started. You might have people come in and tell you how to find bargains at the stores, but there are people that can come in and say, okay, let me show you how to market all of this. And there might be somebody come in and say, let me show you how to finance this because this could actually be certain write-offs you could take behind growing this food and purchasing supplies and purchasing materials and purchasing tools. Yeah, I mean, it goes on and on and on. It goes on and on and on. So I feel much better now that I was able to get some information with finance and everyone just came in and said, no, no, try to re-upload that because um, if I had it privately looking at the video, it would be one thing, but I want it live again. So that people, once people see this video, they will say, "Oh my God, I and I don't have money to do this." And he's telling me that I can grow everything I need using weeds and grass. Is that what he's saying? I can make my own fertilizers, liquid fertilizers, and also my mulching with grass clipping. Is that what he's saying? Am I understanding him correctly? And that's exactly what I'm saying. Everything could be done with the materials that are already on your property. Um, and so that being said, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. So don't think it can't be done because it can be done. Mm, yep. So right now, the video is spinning in the background. It is getting itself set up to be put up hours from now, but it will be put up. All right. Well, just thought I'd bend your ear a little bit. I got to go out here and get in the garden because I have to feed my plants, and my plants They some hungry little devils. So I want to keep them on a steady diet of being fat. Keep Wow, thank you. I didn't know I was. I just give the information out, but I appreciate the confidence. I appreciate that. Wow. Yeah. It's excellent. I love gardening. It turned into an obsession, and then I started just doing what I had to do. And it's just so much to it. It was so confusing at first, and then it wasn't confusing. I just simply took gardening and completely simplified it. Completely simplified because it is simple. It's so simple, but there are people out there making it complex. And the more you don't understand, is the more that you confuse, and the more you're ready to quit. And I'm telling you, if you're growing anything and you're not growing anything, and you're like, well, let's see, I planned all year, and I got 3 carrots out of it, 4 pieces of corn, but I'm happy. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and you got to start remembering the first thing you're going to start growing is soil. That's it. I tell people I don't concentrate on the plant. I concentrate on the soil. If I get my soil back happy again, my plants will be happy. I agree. Oh my God! Come on now, stop! You've been in my ear. Stop! Stop! Cut it out! Cut it out! But it's if you take a person that does this 24 hours a day, and that's what I do. I can't sleep. I can't do any. I can't do anything else without thinking about it. I just can't. I mean, just always thinking about it and always ways to do something different. And when I'm driving down the road and I'm looking across at a cemetery, and I look across at the cemetery and I say, "Look how green those trees are. These trees must have already tapped into those coffins in that location. Roots will go into a rotted metal, rusted out coffin for the contents that are in that coffin. And the trees that become located in that area are brought there by birds and squirrels. They drop their excretions, and the seeds that are in there sometimes take off and grow a tree. And the trees that are not directly in the main part of the cemetery is due to the fact that the people that work there are keeping it cleaned up. They see a seedling growing, they pull it out of the ground. They cut all around it, cut the grass and everything. That's what they do. But if you left it without any intervention from human beings, within a few number of years, they would take over the complete area where that is. Even the tombstones would become food for worms, and the worms would digest the materials and excrete the minerals back into the earth, and the plants would benefit from it. It's an amazing thing. And what comes from the earth goes back. Little tiny myopic forms of life that are always constantly, uh, you know, redirecting materials constantly to the point where eventually it will be back into the materials where it won't represent a car, or it won't represent a house, or it won't represent a piece of a strip of road. It will go back into the ground. I think someone came in and said peace. I don't know what that means, but it's a it's a good thing. Peace is always good. I am here. I am a gardener, and it's just the way it is. And then I'm gonna go out here, and I have some watermelon plants that have some big, beautiful leaves. I want to keep them that way, uh, and I want them to be alive. We had some good amount of rain last night that came in this area, and I want that rain. I wish I'd have fed them before the rain came because then it would. But I have enough food around those plants that they will, in fact, uh, be get that liquid tea every time the um, the rain comes. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Gardner. Your line, oh, okay. Of a song. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to be that person that puts out that information and have people growing a whole bunch of corn and watermelons and squash, uh, might go green beans, and just have all that stuff just growing, just everywhere. And the only problem that I want to create is that what do I do with all this food? That's what I want to do. I want to be known for that guy that said, there was a guy on YouTube used to be on there. I learned a lot from him, or I learned some things from him because I got this addiction, which is gardening, and I do it every day, every hour is something relating to gardening. Um, Even in the winter, which is pretty rough on me, because I have to grab something and start growing indoors. I have to. Last year, I started the second month. I started tomatoes and peppers and uh, what's that? Oh man, I forgot about that. It's asparagus. I started all that indoors. Hello, how you doing? And the asparagus that I started was growing all over the place. I didn't know what to do with it because it was just everywhere. It was getting tall. It was getting bushy, and uh, it was just getting crazy. So now I'm in a situation where people are asking for information because they're saying we need food, um, and I'm glad to be able to help because the addiction that I have will be able to help people. Now I came up with a growing technique that has been absolutely off the chain, folks. No more do I dig through the soil and load it up um, with what we call fertilizer, mix it in, set the plant on top. I don't do that anymore. Why would I do that? It's completely, it's completely, it's just not the right way to do it. And so what I do now is I take a clean uh, uh, piece of ground that I create with a manure fork, 8 foot handle or 6 foot handle, um, and I loosen the soil with it. And I got some videos to show how I do it. And once I loosen that soil up, I simply put um, the plant in the soil. And once I put the plant in the soil, I fertilize everything from the top down. That's what I do. from the top down. I don't put nothing in the soil. I put it right on top. And then I put my manure right around the top, whether it be rabbit manure, it doesn't matter, whether it be cow manure, whether it be horse manure. You do what you think you want to do with your ground. I like cow manure because it has less seeds in it um, than you know less seeds than horse manure. Horse manure tend to have more grass seeds. Let's see. I knew. Down. You on that. There. I am learning. God, I have started. Yeah, I want to tell you something. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You see me on Lead Farmer 73. I don't know if I how I, you might have seen my name rolling up there because sometimes I'll say hello that way. Here's what's going on. The newer videos that I put out this year, if you go back like 6 or 7 videos, all those videos are class acts. They number one. If you start using a lot of those techniques, you go back last year, you'll see me mixing up large batches of liquid tea made from grass clippings and weeds. You go back to those, you will absolutely have nothing but success. The thing that you have to take all of the stuff out of your mind that you learned before, because a lot of it's crap. Honestly, a lot of it is bull crap. It is what it is. It's not. It doesn't make any sense at all. These people write books. Um, some of them are great gardeners. Some of them are not. Some of them are not, folks. I mean, I've went and looked at. And I have bought books that were written by professional gardeners and went through it, stripped the book apart, and absolutely said, "This won't work. Ooh, look at this right here. This is where he's showing you how to damage your soil under the guise that this is going to make your soil better." And the first thing he said was, choose a plot that's in a sunny location. That makes sense. Choose a plot that has anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. That makes sense. He said, use a tiller or a hand tool to till the soil. Right there. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. You're telling me that using a mechanized device to plow through the soil 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches deep, to tear up what uh, uh, biology that's in the soil, tear up all their homes, strip them apart, kill and mangle and bend and tear up worms that are there that are trying to survive, rip up all their homes, and then start putting plants in. I said, wait a minute, something not right about this. And I knew that if man, but you got to keep in mind now, man's been tilling for hundreds of years, been tilling the soil. Dead wrong, but they've been doing it. It's just the same way when in the early years when they started using all these man-made chemicals and they swore up and down that this was the answer. They said these chemicals are great. These man-made fertilizers are great. They will, and all it did was make your plants addicted to these chemicals, these absolute man-made fertilizers. So they tell you use it in moderation because it will kill worms. It will kill biology in your soil. It will, over time, slowly salt your soil. And they're asking you to use this. That was back in the early days. Now they say, wait a minute, organic, 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 because that's a marketing term. A lot of people like to use it. It's a marketing term, is what I call it. Marketing. That's all it is. It's selling products. It's selling foods. And when you say organic, people feel safe. But there's a lot of different definitions to the word organic. But anyway, I digress. When I started learning from Mother Nature, I started walking in places like the fishing spots that I go to. And I started looking at old forests that have been there for thousands, millions of years probably. And I looked at this and I saw the trees, I saw the grass, and I saw the different types of plant life. And I saw something. And what I saw was the fact that these soils were not fluffy. They were not, you know, thick mounds of organic matter. There was just a thin layer. I saw trees that had below them were branches laying on the ground. I saw leaves. I saw small twigs and everything. All this stuff. And I said, wonder where that stuff goes to. Because you can come back in another year and it won't be there. Where does it go? Back into the ground. Where does the grass grow? It grows up. What grass does, it grows its normal or its length that it's supposed to grow, whether type of grass it is. It grows 12 inches tall or 3 feet tall. And then it keels over at a certain time of the year. And then the snow and the rain pushes it down on the ground and it's gone the next year. And then it starts the process all over again when it grows back up. Now, that's Mother Nature doing chop and drop all day long. I don't care how you look at it, whether you see a log laying on the ground or whether you see a twig laying on the ground or whatever. It lays there for a while. You come back in. If it's a log, you come back in a few years uh, and it's gone. That log is gone. And it's gone where? Back to the ground. And what is it doing when it goes to the ground? It's feeding the what? Biology. Biology is doing what with the nourishment? It is eating it. It is living. It is dying. It is producing. It is creating a uh, a cycle. And I'm looking at that saying, oh my God, it's that simple. It's absolutely that simple. So once I got it in my head that everything I was taught was wrong, uh, and actually, in fact, I don't use water from my house, from my garden. It's only you have to. I understand that. You have to. Until you get a rain barrel system connected to your house, 100 gallons, 200 gallons, 1,000 gallons, 4,000 gallons, whatever type of water you need for your crops. You do that and you're set. And then you're set. You got natural water, you got natural materials going into your garden, you're set. And when you do this, folks, you don't have to worry about anybody telling you wrong again because you'll have it in your mind. No, everything dealing with this is natural. That's the only way these plants will grow. That's it. No, no problem. Everything's going to be natural, and it will take on a different. Your fruits, your vegetables, everything will taste better and it tastes fresher. It'll grow at the right rates it's supposed to. You'll notice that there's no bugs eating it up. You'll notice that you don't have to be spraying soaps and things on your plants to keep the bugs off. The bugs eating all my stuff. Oh, because they eat it because it's stressed out. When plants are stressed out, bugs go for them. If you got plants in the ground starving, bugs will go for them. If you got plants in the ground that are not getting the right nutrients they need, another form of starving, they will have an issue. Because when you see you're putting fertilizer, excuse me, let me ask that in a different way. When you're putting things in your soil that are deficient in nutrients, like you'll buy a bag of, let's say, organic fertilizer, and they'll say, here are the three major elements that you need in your soil. Well, see, I'm putting more elements in that in my plants. When I chop and drop, I'm putting all these different minerals and vitamins and everything from these weeds right back uh, into my plants. Not just three, you know, not just three. I'm putting many others in there. Many others in there. So it's a wonderful thing. It's a win-win. And then when you start noticing, you say, wait a minute. If you look at my trees in my videos and look at the fruit on them, I ate some cherries off my trees yesterday, folks. That was so sweet, didn't make sense. So they were that sweet. Oh, your mom does. That's great. That's great. That is great. Chop and drop. Um, Now, mind you, I do not pull my weeds out from the root. I used to do that till I learned different. I said, wait a minute, I'm destroying my supply of weeds. I'm destroying them. I'm setting them back. In other words, they're gonna come back, but I'm setting them back. So all I do now is just cut them down. I use a weed trimmer or I use a lawnmower, and that's it. But we have been taught weeds will kill uh, your vegetable garden. Weeds will add competition to your fruit trees. Weed will add competition to your vegetables. There's competition everywhere out there on your whenever a plant's growing, there's competition. Only the strong will survive. I got corn right now out there growing in the middle of a whole bunch of weeds. But my corn is holding its ground. My corn is big and bold coming up through the weeds. Why is that? Because I gave them the right start. The right start being all natural stuff was given to them. You start feeding corn tea that's made from weeds and grass. Weeds are strong. They grow. They grow when nothing else will grow. A weed will take off. So I use that stuff. If I got old logs, old bushes around my house, I cut them up into small pieces and put them around my plants in a minute for nourishment, mulch, soil amendment, improvement. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a compost pile that I built a whole bunch of potting soil from this year. I used about 4 or 5 shovels. No, wait a minute. About 8 shovels of pure compost made from wood, grass clippings, leaves, and weeds. Come on now. Big pile of it. And I'm going to use that same pile, this year to grow my beautiful collard greens and kale from. Come on now, folks. Come on now. And I grow some of the deepest, prettiest green, bluish kind of collard greens and kale you ever want to see. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I learned. I learned. I said, okay, that's it. They like these weeds. They don't look that great when you use a bagged fertilizer. They don't look like that. I mean, you can grow them using that stuff, but a person using just weeds and grass or went out over you every day, I make a big 32-gallon trash can full, and I use it. And it costs how much? Just the money for the trash can, a plastic trash can with that lid on it. You put the lid on it, sometimes you get too many flies in it. But them flies in it don't do nothing but improve the brew. Cause it's gonna load up with flies. It's gonna load up all over the top of the surface. It's gonna look kind of nasty. You're gonna say, "I'm not using that. I'm not gonna mess with that." He's crazy, but am I? Am I crazy? Of course I am. No, let me stop. I just love it. I just love it because um, I got to go out here in this yard, folks. It's a beautiful day out here. It's windy as I don't know what. It's windy out there. But to get out there, I got some big, pretty watermelon plants growing. This video I just put out. Thank you very much, Miss Finance. Um, the thing about it is the watermelons look good. They look good, folks. The vine's all thick and everything, and I'm looking at that and I'm saying, man, this is on. This is on. Remember, watermelons are nitrogen hogs. Nitrogen hogs. So you give them a good amount of nitrogen that you can, because especially in the early years, because that's what they like. You want to get them big and start vining out quick. You don't want them sitting there all year long waiting to vine out. And if the plants look all skinny and everything, trust me, you're not feeding it. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Morning Garden Show. And I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. Every single one of you for tuning in today. And keep on growing. And remember, I'm out there watching your videos as well. So if I happen to hear my name in your video, I'm going to hit you back on this one and say thank you. All right, take care, folks. Have a good day. Bye-bye.